who ruled the roost. There she is, looking actually lovely in her, bright outfit. That yellow just goes really well with the summer period. So Lee Won onto her sixth hole. She's actually dropped down the order into tied fifth. She was in tied first with Lee Gai-yong. Lee Gai-yong has actually moved down to a third position. So very interesting to see how these ladies perform here today. Currently ruling the roost right at the top, and a lady who struggled, a young lady who struggled yesterday with much of her efforts was so. Just hoping that the rain doesn't come in, but nothing predicted, so that should work out fine. Lee Won looking to finish on par for hole 6. She's currently 7 under. Or just a narrow miss. She will land up bogeying that, so it hasn't been a very good start for Lee Won. She's got a hat-trick of wins in the year. It's for her for the time being. Now here's Lee Won back again as she tees off for hole number 7. Well, getting a good bit of power into that. She is a powerful little package. She does, of course, variate the way that she tees off. This time getting a whole lot of Lee Won onto her second. It's quite a meteoric rise for a golfer. Lee Won still in her, not even touched her mid-20s as yet. And she's such a wonderful golfer. We've seen so much from her. Great talent, meteoric rise actually to the top. Gets herself onto the rough with this one. But there are days in every golfer's calendar and schedule. Leaderboard. And let's not forget that Lee Won herself has dropped down to a 6 under. Will attempt a birdie here from the rough. She's just missed out on some great opportunities today. It's just about getting so close but not being able to complete the circle, and that's happened, as I said, with so many of our golfers in yesterday as well as today. That'll be an easy even score for her. Here's Lee Won as she gets ready to tee off for hole number 8. She's going in with a 9 iron. She's got her shades ready just in case the sun decides to blaze down. I did say this earlier. Lee Won always in very somber colors today with a bright yellow. Well dressed for the occasion. Well, that is beautiful placement. That is absolutely beautiful placement, and this is what she excels at. Well, I did forget about Hong Jun-min. She was, struggling a little bit yesterday. Lee Won. Chance here for birdie. She's looking at an upward, incline. There's no, slope, so this should kind of work for her. That was not going to be a problem, and that, of course, is really a bit of relief for everyone. Birdie after a while as she regains her 7 underscore. I think that was a good effort from Lee Won. Perfect placement from her to begin, and onto the rough. Lee Won wins the right to tee off first after a birdie on the previous one. Here she is on hole 9, what we call that tricky hole. That's interesting. Did not put too much of body into that one. I think just kept it fairly subtle She's gained a good bit of distance and got herself into, I would believe, a fairly decent position. Just waiting for, well, acknowledgement or permission from the other golfers in the group. Here's Park Hyun Kyung, aims for birdie on hole 9. And that's got to be disastrous. Well, it was so... We were talking about that incline now, and it wasn't really a slope, and I think she had a very good chance here of nailing a birdie, but she finishes with an on-par score once again. Meanwhile, Lee Won, well, is on to her second stroke for hole 9. It's quite a distance to cover. 7 under is where she's at currently. Gets a good bit of elevation on that. Stone would clarify that with the organizers and the course management, but I think it is. I'm not great at geology as such. Having said that, well, it's really when a course enters the top 10 in the KLPGA, and the reason for it is not just the upkeep, not just the scenic beauty, but it's also the challenges and how challenging each hole is. And I do believe that the Seongmanan Country Club is a very challenging venue, all said and done. Lee Won looking to, well, further, well, her point score. She's going in with the third stroke for hole number 9. Got a bit of a chilly dip on that one. Well played. It's been a part of just such a strong company when it comes to sports broadcast and development, and well, more power to them. Here's Lee Won, fourth stroke for hole number 9. We'll look to get that well into the tin cup. 7 meters to the hole. But that would have been such a fine finish, such a bit of joy. She did have a moment of it just a while back on the previous hole. We'll have to look for an on-par finish, try and save her points. Needs to keep an even score on this one. Lee Won. Remember, I did mention this earlier. Hole 9 is a bit of a tricky hole. No worries for her with that finish. Lee Won teeing off for hole number 10. She's got 7 under in the bag. Here's Lee Won onto her second stroke for hole 10. She's going in with that 8 iron. So Lee Won, it's going to be interesting to see. She will keep that serious swagger on. Now here's Lee Won. We'll aim for birdie on hole number 10. .8 meters to the hole. Still kept herself away from well the tin cup, but she'll try and do it. Meanwhile, Lee won. She's at hole number 10. Needs to finish with an even score here. Well done. She keeps herself together. She's been consistent. Hole number 11. Here goes Lee Ga-young. Oh, sorry, Lee won. And she's found her way back onto the fairways. Lee won up next. I think that's just going to spin back a little bit, put herself at quite a bit of a distance. She sits on the border there of the green, and it's going to be interesting to see how she gets through that one. Here's Lee won. Remember, she's at quite a distance, needs to aim for birdie on hole number 11. We'll try and see what she can do to navigate through this. Will still keep herself at a bit of a distance. I don't think that was the intention, but that's what it is. Just in case you didn't know this, well, the prize money for this whole event is going to be about, well, 1,200 million. Oh, that's 1.2 billion Korean won. 885,334 US dollars. The top. Lee won. Will tee off for hole number 12. And Lee won, getting herself at quite a distance compared to her other two counterparts. A bit unusual, but well, she'll have to take it in a stride. Lee won next. Needs to push that from quite a distance. And that's just going to sail past the destination as well. It's been quite a trying time, as I said, for most of its golfers, and then we had a flurry of, Lee won, needs to finish this on par. It's well played by her. It'll be interesting to see how she performs, but right now here's Lee won. She tees off for hole number 13. Here's Lee won up next. Second stroke on hole number 13 using a 50 degree wedge, and she's done very well. Lovely placement from Lee Won. Lee Won just missing out on an opportunity here. And it's one of the strange things you wouldn't really... Lee Won teeing off for hole 14. It's an interesting one. You've got the hole-in-one coming up next with hole 15.
실례하겠습니다. 이동 멈춰주세요. 실례하겠습니다.
Lee Won onto a second stroke on hole 14. She's carrying a 7 under score. I think she would have loved to have placed that a little bit better, but she's just sitting outside the green. Let's watch that. But Lee Won here, after Parkman G, she'll try her luck out. Needs to get off the rough and into the tin cup. That just missed the destination very, very narrowly. Lee Won needs to finish this on par to keep her score untouched, and that's what she does. Definitely a cheer for her. Just kind of misguided his shot a little bit, I believe. Now it's Lee Won. Lee Won, of course, teeing off for hole 15, along with Parkman G and Jong Yun Ji. They've all had decent approach shots, but Parkman G's is just head and shoulders above the rest. It's a good chance of her finishing with a birdie as well. Lee Won is up next. Really trying her level best to get past that 7 under score, but she's maintained it. I think that's kind of going to work in her favor. Chance here to take it to 8 under on hole 15. Well, knows that she had to play this very close to, the flagstick needed a bit of a curve. I think that's just curved a bit too much for her. A very strong banana effort from her, almost took a right dip. Lee Won will tee off for hole 16. This is going to be very interesting for her because she's still stuck on that 7 under. 3 more holes to go for her if she needs to change things around.
내리막에 천천히 내려오세요.
Here's Lee Won. Third stroke on hole 16. Lee Won. She needs to find a birdie desperately here to, better her position. She's still at 7 under. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. Just moving towards the outward left area. Was almost like a frisbee back into her hand. Yes, Lee Won. And she'll tee off for hole 17. Well, slowly coming towards the end of round 2, where our golfers will try and do their best. Sure. Big chair there for her.
이동 멈춰주세요.
Lee Won with her second stroke. Wonder whether she's going to attack the green straight or go in for a layup. I think it probably is definitely going to be the green. It's only 109 meters. She's using a power wedge. Well, Lee Won going even better than her counterpart, where most of her golfers will be getting through the penultimate or last hole. Here's Lee Won, will aim for birdie on hole 17. And she's missed out on so many. And I just said that Park Hyun-kyung had missed out on 3 or 4, and Lee Won's gone through the same motions. Her points, she could have been about 13 or 14. And there's a bit of history behind it. It's full of, the energy of the moon symbolizing abundance and the energy of clean pine trees. We'll talk a little bit about the history of this place, but Lee Won looks to finish on par for hole 17. And that gentle tap-in will do it for her. So one more hole to go for Lee Won. Now, if you didn't know this, the name Seongmunan comes from the original name of the area. Yes, Lee Won teeing off for her last hole of the day, hole 18. And that struck nice and hard. Decent follow through, put a lot of effort into that. Here goes Lee Won. Second stroke for hole 18. Will definitely be keen on a layup here. She's driven that fairly hard.
너무 많이 왔다. 이거 예원이. 이 정도는 안 긁는 게 나아, 차라리. 예원이죠?
It's a little bit more towards the green for her. She's really enjoyed her second round.
들어가겠습니다. 들어가겠습니다.
So Lee Won onto her third stroke. This is the approach to the green. It's going to be interesting to see where she places it. And that's just, well, flown a bit past the green. I think we would like to have lofted for, well, just a softer shot, I do believe. And Lee Won will go first. That's going to be a Cuban for her. Well, she will finish off with an even score. That shouldn't be too difficult for her, but keep in mind the fact that she's had, well, just 1 point to claim here today. She's moved up from a 6 under to a 7 under today. 66 yesterday, much better. 71 today, and 7 under. We'll see her back tomorrow, and you never know. She might come out with a few sparks flying.